Hi Poopsies, it's me, Tony Bomboni, ASMR. Welcome back to your tarot reading video. You guys really like these. Pick a card, pick a cup, pick a bowl, pick a whatever object. Intuitive readings, so I'm keeping them going. Yeah, so I do wonder if one day I will eventually get to the whole entire month of predictions videos. We'll see. But I do want to quickly shout out people who book the 30-minute sessions with me or the hour-long sessions with me on my website. Links below to tonybomboni.com. Thank you to Virginia, Justin, Taylor, Carolyn, Vincent, and Ashley for booking a 30-minute or an hour-long reading or healing or whatever ASMR video, right? Thank you to all who do. If you book, you get your own first name shout out. So again, thanks Virginia, Justin, Taylor, Carolyn, Vincent, Ashley. All right, so I was just here this morning doing a few readings, starting off the month of May. Happy May to everyone. Hope you have a bunch of beautiful May flowers popping out of the ground. What a time to be alive, right? It's interesting to say the least, but lately I've been incorporating other card decks, 2 or more card decks in your 30-minute and hour-long tarot readings. And Spirit kind of led me to do that, so I will. So if you book a 30-minute or hour-long tarot reading, expect me to not only use just one card deck like I've always been doing, but 2 or 3, sometimes even, I think I even used a 4th, the other day. So yeah, it just depends how long the readings are. Typically I do like 1 card deck for every 15 to 30 minutes, so however time allows. But yeah, I would appreciate if you checked out my new service, which is hour-long tarot readings. Those have been fun to do lately. Really, I think those are just the deeper messages, the more meaningful, the more insightful, the more, it's more information, you know? The longer you book, the more you get. So that's how it is. That's how it works. So there you go. And you do greatly support this channel again. So yeah, use those coupon codes though. Sign up for the newsletter and use Tony2 for 20% off for life. That's all you need to do. Okay, so yes, and subscribe if you want more predictions videos. So I am going to shuffle these all and do them as, for now, 3 by 3, and I'll shuffle more cards if I feel I need it. So I'm bringing back these ones. Yeah, I miss these. I do. I've retired them for some time, but I am delivering. I'm serving. Yes, I'm serving. Leave a comment. Serve, king. No, don't call me king. I'm just playing. Serve, slay, yes, king, whatever. Okay, you can call me queen. I don't care. All right, so we're going to shuffle these. We're going to serve and slay these cards your way. Okay. So let's see what the messages are all about for you. Let's connect. What's going on? Just pick a card for my poopsie. Angel subscribers watching at home. Or wherever in the world that they are. I think they actually meant like three cards, like 3, but like they actually meant, I thought at first they meant 3. Oh, I see now. I see what they're doing. Okay, so I wonder if they want me to do this as 1 pika, then another deck is 1 pika, another deck is 1 pika, or should I just stack them? I'm gonna stack them. I'm gonna stack them, but I think they want me to lay them out like that, like 3 by 3 by 3. So this is gonna be quite an interesting reading. Okay, then that means I don't think I have to pick any more cards after. It's just gonna be the cards that you pick. Okay. Interesting. All right, that's a first. Wonder how that's gonna work. We'll see. Just let it flow. I'm not gonna second guess. What's going on with this pick a card reading? Most times I don't shuffle. I don't show you the shuffling, but this is just to show you that, in fact, I do not pre-select the cards for the pick-a readings. I always shuffle them. I would never lie to someone. I believe in my work. I believe in what I do, and that's why it works. Gonna stack them. I'm gonna shuffle these. What's going on? Let's tap in. Any advice? Guidance. Any wisdom? What's going on? Let's get some answers. There's going to be anything specific that we're tapping into. I think this is just a pick a reading, but you never know. Three. You never know. Stack. 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 Here's what I'm going to do so I can make it different. 1, 2, 3, yeah. 1, 2, 3. So, card 1? No. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Pick 1, 2, or all 3. Whatever draws you in. Card 1, card 2, card 3. I'll give you some time. I'll leave the timestamps in the pinned comment. Always read those pinned comments, guys, because I sometimes have updates for you there, okay? And then I redirect you rather back to the description box with a link or something important. Okay. All right. Okay. So the timestamps will be in the pinned comment or the description, and the description box. Okay. So card 1, 2, 3. Let us begin. So what do we have here? Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of swords here. Pentacles 3, swords 3. Nothing in particular, I'm just pointing it out. You know, some things I say don't really have to have a meaning. If they don't, just whatever it means to you. I feel like this is the first card leading me, so I will talk about it. What is it that you are fighting for? What changes are you resistant to? Do you need to show yourself up a certain way for someone, or are you just not being yourself by doing that? Right? There's appropriate times where, yeah, you want to portray a certain way. If you're in a boxing ring, you got to look tough. If you're playing poker, you got to have that face and numb the emotion. It's a skill, it's a craft. What are you improving? This is about work, because I'm seeing the pentacle here, but also you have to have vigor and vitality to do this. So what is it you're in training? In new beginning also, these are the first cards. This is something you're beginning, something you're starting. What are you training for? What is it you're supposed to expose yourself to so that you're less vulnerable with time? What do you have to strength train, even some of you, right? Maybe you have to strengthen your faith in yourself, because this is also about faith. This high priestess here, that she has to believe. And for the men watching, he has to believe in himself, right? Some of you, this could also be someone you're witnessing that is going through this as well, this change. So they may change their act on you. They may almost like change their personality. It's because they're going through something. When someone's not themselves, they're afraid to be themselves because they're afraid of what can come out through these changes. So it doesn't always have to be personal to you, okay? So what is it you need to know out of this? What is the awareness you need to have? This is a new beginning for a lot of people. New work. But a lot of you also, it's not going to take as long to get to a higher position as it did before. And this is why you had to change what you are doing. If it took you 10 years to learn how to build a house from the ground up, now it's going to take you 5 or 2 or 3 years. Example, okay? What is going to boost your training? Maybe some of you need to honestly, you're hesitant about, should I choose the slower program or the quicker route? There's always programs that offer like, hey, you want to do this a whole 2 semesters, or you want to do it cram all this knowledge in like 8 weeks. You know those programs. Yeah, maybe you need to cram it all, because maybe you won't have time to stay for a year because other things will come up in your life. So you're afraid of your ability. You're afraid of the strength within you to get it done, to go from page to king like that in a few months. Page is always new beginner, newbie. King is master of their own universe, their own reality. So you don't want to bear, some of you, that responsibility that you know you have to do it, but you're like, oh my God, that means that, like, it's going to feel to some as if the world is on your shoulders. And that's hard. Like, in fact, that's harder than doing the task itself. Just you bearing that responsibility. That's tough. And it's not carrying baggage. That's another thing. This is like literally carrying the heavy cross. Knowing that you have to drag that cross, that's the cross you bear, right? I know I've mentioned this before. You have to, this is the equivalent, okay? But you're going to learn how to be in harmony with that. I keep hearing buzzing. I'm not sure if that's from my camera, my ear, or the mic, or the light. Who knows? Who cares? Okay, let's move on. Disregard it. Yeah, again, Page of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles again. What is repeating? But they're in a different way still. It's not, nothing is truly repetitive in life. When people talk about cycles, really, even a cycle is not the same the next time it goes around that circle. Because it's wasted some of its energy. It's acquired a different type of friction because it's spinning but in a different time. When you spin around that circle once, it's never the same as the next time or the time before it. So when people talk about, I keep going through the same cycles, yeah, what they really mean is same thing, different situation. You're not going to keep meeting the same type of partners. It's just impossible to keep going through the same thing. No one does. No one ever will. Nothing is ever stagnant. Because as the planets are not stagnant and still, neither are you, my friend. Okay? So, yeah, this is different. I see you kind of, you know what? Sometimes I have to repeat that course, that class, that semester, that whatever you're in, that training on the job. Maybe they let me go after training because they realize I'm not for this place. And that's not, again, personal to you. It's just about maybe they showed you, hey, stop cycling. Again, stop going back to I'm not good enough, the same belief system. Then if they let you go, what do? You work on yourself. That's what you do, because that's the only thing you can do. Okay? Because you can't do anything else. They let you go, right? Like, you have no other choice, no other way. So I gotta get a new job. I gotta eat. I gotta live. I gotta, pay my rent, right? Like, realistically. So, yeah, this is a lot about work. This is a career work kind of reading. This is the vibe I get. So, honestly, this could be all the cards. We'll see. I think this strongly has something to do with career work. So I might title it that in this video. I never know what these are about until I do it like last minute. So I'm a very last minute person. Whatever. That's just how this works. Spirit is last minute, okay? I gotta say, again, just like the Pentacles cards here, 7, 8 of Swords. Why is that? Why is it so similar? Why is your past gonna be so similar to your future? Why is that? Why are you making it that? Are you making it that? Or is this what you have to face to realize everything is cyclical? Cyclical. Repeating cycles. Circles. The Fibonacci sequence. The universal God code. Is it not cyclical? Is it not going in around circles, but different striations where it's not stuck in the same plane? Because we wouldn't have our universe where it's a stuck circle set in stone, but rather cycles like this. And it expands. It's expansion. It's imitating how we expand from within outwards. But everything always starts within. That's why your hair doesn't grow at the ends. Your hair grows from your scalp because it starts within. So you notice the repetition in life. The plant does not grow from the end. It grows from the ground upwards. The sun does not beam its light starting from the earth. It beams it from its core outwards. So your job, your boss, King Swords always gives that, like, I'm your boss and you're going to listen to what I do and what I tell you to do, or else. Because they know better, apparently. Look, it's okay. It's okay to admit someone knows more than us. Okay, that's the hardest thing for humans to accept. Is like, maybe this fella knows more than I do. So we want to look at our boss, whoever's higher up above us, okay, and be like, yeah, you know what? I have to obey. I have to obey the rules of what the CEO of YouTube says. Otherwise, I can't be on this platform, right? They know more. I have to accept that, right? What's better for this website? I cannot tell them what to do. I'm a creator. I chose to be a creator here. So, just like that, right? We all have a higher up. So we have to kind of admit to ourselves, you know what? Yeah, I'll listen, because maybe one day I'm that CEO and I can be, this, that, and what have you. So, yeah, I can help my fellow friends who are going to be those coworkers one day. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be the page and I'm going to be the king, right? Or queen for you, whoever's watching. This is hard. This is a hard lesson for you. There's a side eye. There's feeling a certain degree of feeling towards someone, hard feeling, tension. Maybe there is also a coworker that you disagree with. You're not in alignment truly, and I have a sick, painful stomach feeling. When I feel that in a reading, that means something's not right. Something's not sitting well with me. This needs work, because like if I feel something's not right in the spirit, at least that's in the spirit. This is not in the spirit. This is like the base chakras. Like you really need to work through this. Or maybe I'm just having bad gas from the stromboli I just ate. But you know what? Who cares about that? Regardless, I have this feeling, okay? And I trust this feeling. And I know that this is something that you're experiencing, that you're not comfortable. This person making you uncomfortable. Maybe they made a move on you and you're like, I can't focus on work. I need to leave because this person makes me uncomfortable. But that's outside of yourself. What's inside of you? This feeling. Why am I feeling that way? Maybe it's not even about the person. Maybe it's every time a person like this comes through in my life, I have to run. And what if the answer is not running, but staying and dealing with it, facing it? And then you realize when I face it, it's not scary. I faced it and it's gone. And wow, just like as soon as I said that, my stomach feels better now, right? So how can you make yourself better? Because it's on you. That's on you. That's your job. It's not the boss's job. How can you look at him differently and realize, or her, and realize, they're not so scary and bad after all. They don't bite. I bite. Because if I am that person in the future, I bite. Not them. And then they're not scary. You need to realize when you look at things differently, things change. People change because you've changed. You see them differently now. You need to get that concept. Like you need to. Because otherwise, if you don't change, nothing will. I almost shuffled these all together. Wow. That's a powerful bite you in the butt type of message, but that's what I told you I'd serve and slay, didn't I? Well, I hope so. Okay. Let's see. This is card 2. Pick a card 2. Just gonna ground myself for a moment. I just intuitively need to ground myself. Let's all take a deep breath. Hold it. Setting the intention to have a beautiful message delivered your way, and exhale. Hand over heart. Breathe. Hold it. Release. Breathe. Release. Triple wands. It's double cups, but it's triple because the temperance also has a cup in it. And I consider temperance cups. I do, because there's cups in the message. Triple wand, triple cup. What is that about? No reason. I'm just pointing it out for your awareness. Because I don't want to just keep talking and repeating the same thing. That's not my technique of message deliverance. If you know about tarot and you know what wands and cups means, that's what it means to you then. And you interpret it how you want. You know when you write comments, I read them and I realize, what the actual flip? Like, none of your comments is what I would ever have even expected you to write. Not one. Never. Because when I channel, I have my own reality, my own universe here, my own world. I'm in my own little world here. I never expect anything that you're going to comment. I have no idea. I just talk and deliver. And what you get out of it, you write. And when I look back, I'm like, that wasn't even the message I was talking about. Like, I wasn't even talking about that. And people have totally different interpretations of what I said. Every time. There's not a single comment that I'm like, yeah, I expected that viewer, one random viewer to write that. No, And that's the strangest part of all. Even when I do your personal readings, your bookings, I'm like, oh, you got that out of my message? I would have never guessed. Like, I thought you were maybe understanding a different understanding. But that's not me to dictate. That's not the tarot reader's job to dictate what your understanding is, your modality of absorbing, because we're all different vibrations. So if you tune AM, FM on the radio, it's what you're tuned to that you're going to get. Okay, so it's not for me. I'm just emitting my wavelength. It's not for me to dictate how you perceive my wavelength, right? So I just thought I'd point that out. I thought that's incredible. Like every time, like, wow, these comments are so different. Like nothing I would have expected. It's almost like I'm reading comments from another tarot reader's video. It's wild. So I want you to interpret, like I said, what Wands, Cups means to you. I'm just saying it. I'm detaching from that. I don't care what that means. It's your message, okay? Especially because it's many different people watching. That makes sense. So here we go. Let's begin. Is this about career? No. Okay, so maybe card 1 was career. Maybe, but maybe some parts of it, but not all of it, that's for sure. 1, 4, 7, 8, 9. I feel like 1, 4, 9, 7, 8. Those numbers mean something. Eight is double, actually, a double 8 here. 8, again, I'm being reminded of that infinite. 8 tilted on its side is an infinite symbol, is it not? There's a reason 8 is utilized as a powerful number in many. You see 8 a lot, like in price tags, it's a lot, okay? But there's a reason, this infinite. Why does money revolve around everything? 8 is the symbol of money, is it not? It's a powerful magnifier. Why does it revolve? Is that system breaking? It is, and we know it. And that's crumbling because the new has to come through. I feel like this is a spiritual message and a deep collective message for humanity. And I love when these come through. But again, not everyone interprets them and not everyone understands them. And we all have different ways. Some people choose to ignore it. So, like, I rarely even get comments about it. So it's like, you know what? Because, you know what? A lot of people, no fault of anyone's, but focus is quite heavily and quite profusely, honestly, if I must say, on their current situation. Because it's personal to them. They don't care what's going on in the world. They don't care about humanity. They care about themselves. Because they want to know what is going on. How can they fix it? Because they can't think or focus or tune into those frequencies outside of themselves when they're dealing with their own issue. So until you clear that, you're not going to be able to truly care. And that's hard to admit. It's hard for us to accept. Like, sometimes we just don't care about certain issues, certain causes. Certain revolutions. Infinite. What's repeating, revolving consistently. They're two circles coming together, which means I'm not only going to repeat your cycle, I'm going to double it and make it worse. So what you need to transform to make better. A lot of people I've been seeing lately is their friend groups. And it's those friends that went to the wedding with you. Like, it's these deep personal friends. Like, ride or die, I'm going to give my life up for you. If you were in a crisis, I would help you through anything. I'm going to hit you with some hard truth, though. You ready? You're not ready for this spiritual sucker punch. Because it's going to knock some teeth in the spirit, metaphorically. Some of you don't really care about your friends. Done. See, I said it. Was that so bad? Did that hurt? Nah, probably not. You don't care. Because you don't care. If you don't care, why do you care? You see? So some of you need to realize wow, I really don't give a darn about this person. I couldn't care less what they're going through. I don't even message them unless they message me back first. Because I'm going through my own thing. Like I said earlier, a lot of you are going through your own thing. You don't care what's outside of you. And that's what we're all collectively experiencing and encountering right now, so that we can shift this energy of revolution. Sometimes we cared so long about what we were going through that it's time to cut that sucker in two, break the spellbind. Sometimes we have to not care so we can get back home to caring again. It's like you have to trick the system. You have to trick the energy. How to manipulate energy to your advantage in a good way that's beneficial for humanity and yourself is to trick it. You have to, this is how, like, even like law of attraction, like you have to trick yourself, lie into believing the truth exists. That something that's not tangibly existing yet is reality. So that's how you trick yourself. It's like you have to kind of let go and not care. But deep down, you know you're doing this only because you do truly care. You do care, okay? It's just that you have to don't care to care again. You have to let go of caring. And in that action of letting go of caring is caring. Because you're caring for your needs so you can care for others' needs in the future when that separation, that split. I keep saying lately, like, this is even in alignment with that. I didn't even think of it until now as this way, honestly, but New Earth shift, right? Old Earth, New Earth is going to split like that, like a sister. You ever learn in biology, right? I'm sure we all did. It starts as a cell, and when it decides to shift, it kind of looks like a Venn diagram, and then it does this, and then it goes bloop. And what we're right now here. It's about to go bloop. Why is everything so tense right now? That's why. Because we're about to go bloop. Those two sister cells are about to say goodbye forever. I'll meet you again someday when you evolve. The only difference is these two cells are not the same. One is the old, this is the new, this is the old, right? And I think it's scaring a lot of people lately, and now they're starting to tap into it more, that they are coming into their own power again and knowing and remembering who they are truly as soul and as part of the collective. And it scares dark forces away, but it scares us too, because we don't know what to do with that ability. And the cell doesn't know what to do with itself anymore, because you are a cell of the collective, correct? I wrote that about in my book 4 years ago. Anyway, kind of why I wanted to get the message out there early. So you're now realizing, wow, I can replicate, I can reproduce. For some of you, this could indicate, again, what does it indicate to your radio frequency? Pregnancy, right? The cells duplicate. Maybe twins. Okay. And maybe I can't hang around that friend anymore because they're wishing me bad. They're deep down behind my back. I've met people like that. It's a very sad, cruel world, this old earth we've been living in such a long time, who are literally best friends with someone, and they will leave and they'll be like, oh, he's so fat. Oh, I'm like, and that's your best friend of 20 years? Are you kidding me? Where are your priorities, people? Not you, but you know, I'm talking about people in general. Anyway, Lord have mercy. That's what makes me sick to my stomach. Honestly, it's like this feeling of just, there needs to be someone left. behind. And you have to admit, maybe that's that old earthen energy, and I just cannot be in alignment with that anymore. I'm not going to keep cycling through. I've been cycling lifetimes of this nonsense. I have to come again and do this? Nah. I'm leaving this behind, this devilish energy now. That's not for me. That doesn't serve me. I'm done with this. I'm so ticked off to the point I'm done. I can't live this nightmare again. I can't be with this person anymore who's abusive. I can't. Even being around people who feed you bad stuff. Here's a smoke. Here's a drink. Here's a pizza and donut and cookie every day. That's not good for you. Those people don't care for you and your health and well-being. And I've also been around that too, many times. Cycle many times. And until I learn to say no, I'm going to snip that infinite sign into 2 individual cells. That's you. That's your journey. I wish you well. I hope you stop repeating what you're going through. But also to separate myself from you so that you do not consistently feed me that negativity. I want to be around, you know who I want to be around nowadays? And I hope you do too. Fit. I don't care how big or small someone is, but someone who wants to work on their fitness, wants to improve their health, wants to, because, yeah, I've been well and unwell, on and off for so long I forgot even what true wellness means sometimes. And I can be lazy, aren't we all? Aren't we all brothers and sisters of the same organism? So yeah, we all, it's not just Virgos who are, no. We all can be a little lazy sometimes, okay? A little stubborn-headed, set in our ways, thinking we know better. Like I mentioned in the first card spread. I want to be around people who care about fit people. Like, it'd be nice to meet some, like, even friends who are, like, have a little muscle, you know what I'm saying? That can inspire me and be like, hey, push me. To be like, that's what I want to do. That's who I want to be. I want to see them eating a salad in front of me. I want to see them not drinking every time. Every time, hands down. Every person I met in Florida the last 7 years. I met so many. I lost count. They all smoke, drink, or both. Always in pain. Always suffering, always I have to take care of their needs or something. They're always in some situations that are just, but it's always smoke, drink. Either one of those two or both. Always, along with other issues, right? That I'm not judging them. That was a beautiful experience. I learned a lot. But why every time that? And then when I'm around that, then I'm tempted to do that. And I do, because you're around it. But when am I going to say no? I want to be around my tribe who doesn't do that. I don't actively in my life. It was only when I was around these people, right? Which I am of no longer. We've separated those cells. So who do you need to separate from? I want to be around fit, active, healthy, eating good, people who read books, who don't just want to sit on the TV box with me all day and scarf cookies and potato chips. Like, I want someone that can say, there needs to be work done. And sometimes that work is nothing at all. It's just stillness. Someone that can meditate with me. When was the last time your partner or your friend meditated with you? That's love. That's love, and that's caring about you and your well-being. That's a friend you need to keep, a partner you need to stick around with. For those who have children, it's not in the form of your kids. That's not their same level page journey yet. They don't need to do any of that with you. It's more the people you can, same page, same level, same frequency. But same is not enough. You can't just be with the same people in the same socioeconomic status. You're not going to grow because you're both in the same boat. You're both going to drown. You can't learn from each other. You can't grow from each other. Yeah, hang out once in a while, but that's how to keep yourselves in check. And that's why there's a friend for every occasion and season. So that there's a friend that I can go back to and realize, how far I've come. Maybe I've passed them. Or, I've done this or that. So this is how you level it up. And it's a harsh reality. Not everyone wants to do that. this is why not everyone is that king, that CEO of their own life. You don't have to be of a company, of your own life, claiming your life as yours. So a lot of this will resonate with reading 1, 2. And I say that intuitively because I know a lot of people just watch the whole video. They don't even really pick a card. Oh, a lot of people do. Maybe half people, 60-70% of people maybe pick one card only. Or they just click a random spot in the video and that's the message for them. Fine. They don't want to sit through the whole video. Fine. But a lot of people watch the whole video. So yeah, these readings, I know, because I look at the watch time, I'm like, oh my God, like it's over 20 minutes. Nobody has watch times like I do. I'm sorry. The average YouTuber has like 4-minute watch time. Me, I'm like in the 10 plus, okay? Like, thank you. Just thank you for watching my videos. That's what helps, contributes this channel more. Just thank you. But these readings get insane watch time, like 25-30 minutes. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, that's how I know that people watch these videos all the way through and they completely watch all the pick a cards. So they don't even pick a card, they watch, or they picked all 3 cards or 2 cards or cups or whatever, right? So thank you, but also that's the message for you. Like, I know that people are going to be picking the card 1, the card 2, so both messages kind of, apply with it, one another. But some of you don't want to separate yourself. Some of you are not ready. A lot of you are. You're there. You want growth. You know you can't just let everyone in because they're going to take and use. Again, harsh reality. When you get to a certain point, you get to a certain growth. Or people judge as level. You don't just let anyone walk in those doors. Because you know not everyone's ready or mature to handle that. There's jealousy, envy, resentment. Why do they have that? No, we grew up in the same situation. We went to the same school. We suffer the same. Why does this friend have to have that? Blah, blah, and I can't. Blah, blah. Oh, let me take from them. Let me steal behind their back. Let me waste their time. That's taking. Let me gaslight them so they never have growth while they're around me. I'll make sure that they never do. And they'll never even realize it. Because I'll psychologically manipulate them to the point where they won't even know what they want. When you have even an ounce of doubt about someone, and you, even that tiny part of you wants to let someone go, but you're not sure if you should do it because they just gave you a reason to. And you're gonna cycle back to that same old until you let them go. And this applies mostly to friends. King again. Okay? Control yourselves. Control yourself emotionally. A time is coming where you won't be able to. You won't even have time to think. So program your mind now to heal, to get better, to grow, to learn, to evolve, so that you are prepared for the tough changes, because not everyone will make it. Not everyone will be here. Not everyone will prosper through this time. Heal. You don't need anything if you heal. Did you know that? No, you do. You don't need a first aid kit. You don't need, meaning you don't need a friend to bandage those wounds for you. You don't need anyone or anything. You don't need even a book. Honestly, it comes to a point sometimes, like, people read enough and they realize, you know what? I already knew all this within me. I was just reminded. That's all. You don't need anything if you heal. If you're healed, all the answers will come to you from universe, will flow to you. You are a vessel. You're an open channel. That's your power. That other forces fear the most. Those jealous friends fear the most. of your power. They know. They've seen you've grown. They've seen you evolve. They see what you can do, and they want what's yours. Until they realize that they can't, and they need to do the work to heal within themselves so they can make what is best for them in their reality, and realize, you know what, I can be happy for another because I don't need that. I don't need those things. I don't need that nonsense. That's their journey. That's not mine to live. I can use this jealousy to push me to make that life, what's theirs, mine, my own. And then maybe they part ways with you because then they don't want to be around your energy and see that. They don't want to see the nice things you have, the new golf cart you bought, the new whatever. Because they want to do the work to work on themselves. So if someone lets you go too, some of you don't take it personal. That's their problem. They will work through, and they will. And maybe you'll meet again when they're projecting a different energy that is more resonant with what you expect / require of an individual that you would like to intermingle with, energy exchange with, right? So yeah, someone will go their separate ways. There's a separation, there's a split occurring. This is the split, this is here, this is now. It's an internal separation too. So yeah, for some people they're going to see it in the physical. Then some people are going to see it in the internal. Then some people both. And then some days will be dead silence. Why do you think life is so weird right now? Like May 1st is like this. May 2nd is a totally different day. It almost feels like a totally different month and year. It's happening. It's here. Card 3. I'm intuitively needing to work backwards, but not really. I might go back and forth between different cards. 5 and 6 of Swords, Double Swords. Star and Temperance are very similar. These two cards are almost like one and the same. You see the sunlight beaming. And the Star is the final card. So I feel like you're getting there. You've come to the resolution, card 3. Whoever you are, you've come there. You've gone there. You've went a far tedious, painful task of life, of reality, of existence, day in, day out, day in, day out. Lack of change, stagnancy. You're seeing the same mugs, the same old faces that you don't even want to see anymore. You don't want to see those faces anymore. You want to move away, but you can't. You don't want to live with them anymore, but you can't. You have no choice. That job, that situation hasn't paid more, hasn't really given you anything more. You're not learning more. You're not having even time to develop because maybe you're working 2-3 jobs, so you're supporting and providing a family, and life itself feels very arrogantly toxic. It's like life is just sometimes the partner or partnered with life, and life is that partner sometimes that could care less about us. But is that the way? Is that truth? Because this is an old way, in a sense, even like, it's not only like in a weird way. Sometimes I don't even think about it like this in these readings, but this can be past, present, future, but also this can be past, present, future, right? So I would say, or Yeah, past, present, future, right? So, also past, present, future. Past, present, future. It can go many ways. But sometimes you need to work backwards and go future. Because this future is in this past. This present is in this present. Present, centerpiece. This past is in this future. So what reality are you allowing in your life? What timeline, linear, time is linear. What time codes will you activate within? What do you want to express? What do you want to opinionate? What is it that matters? What is it that you care for? What is it that you wish to, Poopsie, experience out of life, experience out of this reality? Because reality is real to you. So the word real is in reality, okay? Even the justice carries a sword, okay? So just like temperance carries cup, there's interlinked parts with one another, a tool you can utilize to your advantage based on past experiences that you've learned, past experiences you've now integrated into future experiences. And not only that, but because everything's connected, even in nines, that's why 9 is the limit of the number 0 through 9, and 0 through 9, all those numbers are in everything. But anyway, this is why your past in your future, what's the past going to be the past to you in the future, which is now, 5 years from now? Does that make sense? Now is the past in your future. You integrate, once you heal that future in the future. You heal that future in the past, rather. So 5 years from now, I'm going to probably heal something that happened to me 5 years ago today. So they're 10 years apart, but because I have experienced and grown, I'm going to heal that. So this is what you are doing. This is the work you are doing. You are changing this from within yourself so that you can thank yourself later. Pat yourself on the back later and say, wow, God bless you. When did you bless yourself? We're always praying and blessing and condolences for others. You forgot about yourself. Honey, stop forgetting about yourself. Stop it. Just stop it. Don't be silly, okay? Because your prayer is not even that powerful unless you pray for yourself first. First thing in the morning you wake up, if you pray every day, how about you pray for yourself first before you pray for another? Because you're not even going to pray properly. There's no right or wrong way to pray, but you're not even going to pray properly unless you pray for you. Maybe you think you don't have a darn problem in the world. Oh, really? Then why do you need to heal that past future? Things you didn't even have an awareness or realization now. You wouldn't be here if there was nothing to heal. Because you're that expansion. The Fibonacci. Even the Fibonacci has to heal. It has to heal itself by expanding itself. Realizing itself. That's the God. That's why they call it the God code, the God universe code. Universal sequence. And that's the sequence. Guess what it looks like? Zeros and nines. Why do you think 0? Fibonacci looks like a circle. 0, right? And it looks like a 9 when it turns. It spins on its tail. And it looks like a 6. Right? Right? Those are powerful numbers. 0, 6, and 9. That's why it's used in a lot. And people see 666 and 999 reverse. And yeah. It's a powerful number. It really is. So, it is. It is. 6. There's a 6 of swords. Okay, yeah. 5 even looks like 6. So if you squint your eye. It's funny, right? So let go. Drop your shoulders and say, ah. Just how we did that breathing exercise in card 2 or 1, I don't remember. Understanding that you got this. You got this, man. Come on, you got this. You're your own cheerleader at the soccer team, okay? You're that. You're that and everything more. You can pick yourself up from your very own feet. If you fall while playing soccer, guess what? 99.99% of the time, those players get right back up. You're ready for war. You're ready to fight. You are victory. Your middle name is Victory or Victorious. Oh yeah. And you knew not everyone's meant to play in that field, that metaphorical soccer field. So you had to leave them behind and say, you know what? Yeah, just like card 2, right? Pick a card number 2 in this reading. I'll let you go because you can't play on my level field. You can't play on my plane. One day you will, but not right now. So why should I be hanging out around you if you just won't get it? How do you expect a newbie 20-year-old soccer player to be with a professional 45-year-old athlete? You can't. You can't even compete. That player has to pretend to lose every time. Know your worth, know your value. It starts within. And that's how you'll know who you should be around. And sometimes that looks like not being around anyone. Sometimes you are so advanced, my friend, that you some days just are not around anyone. And that's a blessing and a curse. I wouldn't recommend that path. But find your tribe. Easier said than done. I get it. Okay? Especially if you feel different. But are you really different? Or is everyone different and no one wants to admit that we're all the same? Mind twist. I twisted your brain like a little pretzel from Auntie Anne's, and now I want to go to the mall and get one, but I won't because I have work to do. You get my point, right? You get my point. You're hopeful. Yeah, I see someone hopeful for the future, looking forward to healing that past, and guess what? Living in the future, which is the now, and realizing, no, I'm not going to go what that person told me to do. I'm not going to go down that path anymore. That's the path for them. I don't wish that for them, but they have to go through that so they can realize sometimes I was right. And they're going to maybe come back to you years later and say, you were right. Most people don't because they don't want to admit. Especially now. Oh, it feels like now, like no one would even think to do that anymore. Like, it's crazy how time has changed, right? I'm not going to wonder too deeply why, but I do wonder sometimes why no one wants to admit they're wrong anymore. Like, truly admit. You could say it, but to truly feel it and mean it and express that, even sorrowfully, woefully express that. True, genuine, authentic, I was wrong, you were right, I'm sorry, forgive me. I don't see that. At least not in my life. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe that's my past future healing. But I don't see it. It's not in my vibration, so I don't see it for some reason. I wish I did. I wish there were more real, genuine people. It's either silence or that once in a while person that will reach out, and that's about it. What is your experience? Don't worry about mine. I got this. I ain't afraid of nothing, honey. Worry about your experience. What are you experiencing? What do you need to work through? Do you need to work through that? Or do you just need to kind of, like I need to, let it go? And when the right time it comes, it will come. Because even me just being in this vibration feels very sticky, right? Me wondering, why is no one like this? It feels very heavy and dense. And I want to blow that cloud away right now. It's making me sweat and making me nervous. It's like, ugh, get away from me. Pest. That energy is a pest, right? So this is the expansion I'm talking about. This is where you realize, you know what? No, I don't have to choose to keep that old energy around. that icky, sticky stagnation. Okay? By just being and enjoying this moment of nothingness, that's everythingness. And it's icky and it feels like a stuck, boring, dense feeling is because we're not used to this new energy. We're not used to this. Light is not just light. It's actually like pretty boring. I mean, I'm going to be honest. It's nothing. It's like nothing. Okay. So it's just light and color. It's just this is why we come here. Things are more interesting here in human form. But anyway, I would say, because we're going back home, it feels in a weird way dense because we've been dense for so long. So it's shining a light on yourself. Right now we're realizing how dense we've been all along. And then, yeah, we should come back home into the light eventually. So it's almost like this experience always portrayed as a video game, as a virtual world, because all we're here to do is realize we need to go back home, right? Like, and that's not just calling yourself out, like, oh, you suck, like judging yourself. That's not in the form of just mindless hanging out with friends and drinking your brains away every party-filled, club-filled night with random hookups. That doesn't look like any of those things. It looks like, this sucks. I'm alone. I'm here. I'm doing nothing. Sometimes it looks like that I'm doing nothing with my life. I'm not progressing. I'm not advancing. But that's because you're progressing and advancing in other ways you don't even see and no one else can see for you. And that's the sweet spot you want to be in, because no one knows your business. No one can be jealous of you because they don't see anything changing in your life. They don't even need to see it or know it. Maybe you know deep down inside what's going to change and what's going to operate within you differently. But when that light shines through and breaks those dense barriers, this icky energy is going to feel less. I'm feeling the collective and I'm feeling it. It's not just me, but it's like we still have this fog here. It's like this lingering fog here on this table. And it's like we need to just have an awareness that it exists. It's there. And then it will go away and leave us alone. Admitting, acceptance, realizing I'm stuck. I'm in the same crappy situation. I can't get out. I can't get out. And you're like on the bars of the prison of your own reality, and you just want to force change, but you need to accept change. You need to accept the light to come through, to melt those metallic bars away so you can escape to freedom, go back home. That's how you escape this video game. Going inside of yourself, realizing you have everything you need, all the beauty within you, and that's a message I've been delivering a lot lately. Even in personal readings, don't forget. Coming to the conclusion that there's no easy way out. There's no, I'm just going to clock out of this planet. There is doing the work, and it looks heavy, it looks dark, it looks twisted, it looks angry, it looks just ugly. But that's how we've been for so long. So once you clear that, the light can clear us, and we can be free once more. And we can bring that freedom, that light here. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to leave. Going home is going within all along. So what do you think is going to happen? We're not just going to bounce from Earth and say goodbye. No, we're here. But we're going to bring the good here. So in a sense, it's like reading 3 was a mix of reading 1 and 2. Reading 2 was a mix of reading 2 and 1. Reading 1 was its own reading, I guess in a way a mix of 1 and 3, because 3 is with 1, so 1 is with 3, right? So, yeah. Now I see why they had me do 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 9, 9, 9, that's also 999. Oh, powerful. Anyway, didn't even think of that. Okay, it's because there's 9 cards in each pick a card, so there's 3 9s, right? That's, yeah. Alrighty. Again, that's not a bad number. People are always like, oh, I'm so afraid of that number. When it comes in my life, like I see it in a price tag, a total when I'm checking out, or like it's in a phone number, it's in an address. I'm like, I'm cheering, I'm clapping, I'm like, haha, I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah. Why do we have to fear, 1, the unknown, and 2, what we've been programmed and taught all our life to fear? Really? No, I'm going to do the opposite. It served me very well in life. Give it a shot. Do the opposite. If someone tells you something's wrong, you shouldn't do that. Try me, honey. Try me. I'm not afraid of you. Try me. Why should I fear the number 13? I mentioned that in another video too. The number 666. Why should I fear it? It fears me. Because it fears me. That same force that told me to fear it is feeding that fearful force energy. I'm not feeding it. I embrace it. I love it. I accept it. You may not even believe me. It's in my phone number. Oh yeah, it's in my number. Those 3 numbers in a row. Yeah. It's in part of addresses I've had. What else? Oh, so much I don't even remember. But like, why should we fear the unknown? Just because we don't know about it doesn't mean we should fear it. If you fear it, you feed the fear, and it will actually make you afraid. And it will give you a reason to be afraid. Make sense? Makes sense. Okay. Take care. And book yourself a reading. Links below. God bless you. Love and light. I hope this shined the light through that heavy density, and that's what I guess, didn't even realize was the point of the reading today and what we needed to do.